consider Pierce Brosnan to be the world's most famous and accomplished James Bond. Fame, wealth, and a career that many want to are all things that he possesses. What if I told you, however, that his life wasn't as ideal as it seemed? Beneath those graceful smiles and sparkling blue eyes, Pierce has endured horrible tragedies. One of those catastrophes affected his family again in the same terrible manner. To find out more about the struggles he faced, the suffering he went through, and how his life and career were irrevocably altered, watch this film through to the very end. Although Pierce Brosnan was born on May 16, 1953, he will always be most remembered for his role as James Bond. Pierce has left a lasting impression on Hollywood, whether it was through his iconic performance in Mamma Mia or his chic representation in Golden Knee. Beneath the glitz and beauty, however, he had suffered from an early age. His personal life was marred by catastrophes that would impact him in ways no one could have predicted, and his path to achievement wasn't an easy one. So, how did this well-known Hollywood figure manage all of that? And why is it so crucial to comprehend his story of heartbreak? We must begin at the beginning in order to fully comprehend the scope of his life's challenges. Pierce experienced suffering and loss in his early years. His mother relocated to London when he was just 4 years old, putting him in the custody of his grandparents after his father abandoned them soon after his birth. They tragically died, leaving Pierce to live in a boarding home alone himself. Imagine being a young child who had been left behind by those who were meant to look after him. This was only the beginning of his unimaginable loneliness and suffering. Although Pierce and his mother were eventually reconciled, the stress of being apart had already taken its toll. He went to live with her in London when he was 11, but he quickly encountered more difficulties. He needed to get used to a new home, a new school, and a new city. It wasn't everything, though. William Carmichael, his new stepfather, would later become a significant figure in his life. Pierce's adolescence was difficult in spite of these recent advancements. He had identity issues and was frequently made fun of for his size and Irish ancestry. It was a period of both discovery and hardship. Eating fire is a pastime that Pierce invented. His life would drastically change as a result of this devotion, which brought him to the London Drama Centre. After graduating in 1975, Pierce's big break came when he started working as an assistant stage manager. After performing admirably at his audition for the Red Devil Battery sign, he was selected for the lead part. His ascent in the entertainment industry began at this point. Before long, he was performing, but other things were also changing. Pierce's own life was changing, too. Despite her initial lack of compassion, he soon fell profoundly in love with Australian actress Cassandra Harris. However, there was a problem because Cassandra had kids from a prior marriage. Pierce accepted her family as his own in spite of this. One of the 2 children he adopted was Cassandra's daughter Charlotte, who would go on to play a significant role in his life. After their romance blossomed, Pierce and Cassandra were married in December 1980. Pierce's life will never be the same after this coupling. Pierce's career took off after they relocated to Los Angeles. Together, the couple even discovered their ideal home, a stunning Malibu estate. However, Pierce was unaware that a new, darker chapter in his life was about to begin. Tragic events befell the Brosnan family in 1987. Cassandra became unwell while on a work trip to India. They discovered she had ovarian cancer when they got home. Their world was rocked by this awful news. Pierce bought the dream home they had always desired in Malibu as part of his attempts to support Cassandra during her therapy. Despite undergoing chemotherapy, Cassandra's strength was evident. Despite her declining health, she remained Pierce's mentor and support system, urging him to continue his acting career. Pierce loved her unconditionally and was devoted to her. After 4 years of courageous fighting, Cassandra died in December 1991. Despite his anguish, Pierce had to be strong for his family. He was eternally altered by the loss. In addition to Pierce himself, Cassandra's children, whom Pierce had grown to love as his own, were also impacted by the loss. Pierce shares a particularly special bond with his daughter, Charlotte. Tragically, though, Pierce would experience loss once more. Pierce had to take on the role of father to his 3 children following Cassandra's passing. Despite his grief for his wife's death, he persisted for his family. But the same ovarian cancer that had afflicted her mother was now plaguing Charlotte. Like her mother, Charlotte died at the age of 41. Pierce must have been devastated to watch the 2 ladies he cared about the most fight the same illness. The awful blow crushed Pierce. The pain becomes a permanent part of your psyche, he said it simply. It was a terrible turn of circumstances that he had to go through the same disaster once more, and losing Charlotte was intolerable. To make matters worse, Pierce's son, Sean, has his own problems. Sean struggled with his own problems, including addiction, while growing up in the spotlight. Despite Pierce's best efforts to support Sean, he ultimately had to make the painful choice to stop their relationship for his own health. Despite all of this adversity, Pierce's life continued on. In both his personal and professional lives, he discovered fresh hope. In 2001, he remarried journalist Keely Shea Smith, with whom he has 2 daughters. Pierce's career took off after he found happiness once more. He played a variety of roles such as Sam Carmichael in Mamma Mia, in contrast to his often action-packed performances. In everything he did, Pierce demonstrated his tenacity and resolve to enjoy life to the fullest. Pierce became a passionate supporter of cancer awareness after losing both his wife and daughter to the disease. He has supported several cancer-related causes with his notoriety and power, including collaborating with groups that support cancer sufferers and finance cancer research. His dedication to assisting others has been molded by his own experiences with bereavement. Pierce's charitable endeavors go beyond raising awareness of cancer. He has experience working with UNICEF and other NGOs and has a strong interest in environmental and children's concerns. His attempts to improve the world are evidence of his moral fiber and strength. Despite all of life's ups and downs, Pierce Brosnan has been a devoted husband, father, and supporter. His narrative is one of tenacity, fortitude, and the transformational power of love. Despite losing the 2 women he loved most, he has moved on and is helping others by drawing on his experiences. The true tale of Pierce Brosnan, the man behind the Hollywood celebrity, is now known to you if you have read this far. His tale serves as a reminder that we can never predict when issues will arise and that life is full of surprises. However, like Pierce, we have the option to confront them with bravery, empathy, and optimism. We appreciate you viewing this video. If Pierce Brosnan's tale inspires you, please remember to hit the notification bell, like and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. I'll see you later.